Hey, it's a Phoam Ranga here with another episode of Phoam Ranga Sports. This one we're catching up with women's gymnastics. So we're going to do the Metroplex Challenge, their road duel at Utah State, and their quad meet in San Jose. So in the Metroplex, they took on Auburn, NC State, and University of North Carolina. Starting off with Auburn, they start off on the vault. Jersey Woolsey led them off with the 9.675. Olivia Greaves, 9.8. Mia Leverton with the 9.825. Marissa Neal, 9.85. Julianne Huff with 9.8, along with Paige Zankan for a combined score of 49.075. Second rotation was on the bars with Julianne Huff scoring 9.675. Emma Grace Boyd with a 9.8. Charlotte Boot 9.75. Caitlin John 9.65. Olivia Greaves 9.325. And Alex Irvine with a 9.875 for a bar score 48.75. Team score after 2 97.825. Third rotation on the beam. Olivia Aron with a 9.875. Emma Werhe 9.9, Julianne Huff 9.875, Hannah Hagee 9.9, Alex Irvine 9.925, along with Marissa Neal for a team beam score of 49.525. Running score to 3 of 147.35. Their final score, or their fourth rotation, was on the floor with Bryn Bartman with a 9.8, Alex Irvine 9.55 with a 0.1 deduction. Olivia Aron 9.025, Julianne Huff 9.825, Marissa Neal with a 9.9, Olivia Greaves with a 9.65, had a 0.1 deduction. 15th floor score 48.725, running score to final team score of 196.075. Julianne Huff competed all around for a total of 39.75. The Broncos started on the vault. Actually, for Auburn, it starts with Evan on the vault. Regardless of if they actually start their first station on the vault or not, they just have it start on the vault. Again, the Metroplex was on Sunday, February 15th at the Fort Worth Convention Center. So on the vault, Cindy Coe with a 9.675, Maria Nero 9.85, Bridget Kemp 9.675, along with Noelle Ball, Julia Kraswowski 9.6, and Isabella Del Rosa with 9.725. For a vault and a team score of 48.6. On the bars, Kylie Buell got 9.725, Noelle Ball 9.675, Maria Nero 8.95, Melina Berlin with a 9.65, Christina Shinikova 9.8, Kylie Hamby 9.775 for bar score 48.625, running score 2 rotations 97.225. On the beam, Brantley Lucas got 9.7, Isabella De La Rosa 9.75, Maria Nero 9.9, along with Christina Shinikova, Cindy Coe 9.875, and Sydney Whipple 9.375 for beam score 49.125, running score 146.35. And on the floor, Christina Shinikova got 9.675, Marinero got 9.425, which includes a 0.1 deduction. Bridget Kemp 9.775, Anna Ferguson 9.725, Delana Reeves 9.8, and Blake Pascal with a 9.5 with a 0.1 deduction for team floor of 48.475. Team final score of 194.825. Marinero competed all around, got a 38.125. For NC State on the vault, Lauren Wright with a 9.85, Emerson Fisk 9.525, Autumn Rarden with 9.725, Ava Myers 9.8, along with Cynthia Thomas, and Ella Hedrick with 9.625. For vault, team vault at 48.8. On the bars, Eva Myers 9.825, Emerson Fisk 9.75, along with Madeline Reed, Caroline Volk with 9.8, Ella Hedrick 9.925, and Katie Harper 9.825 for team bars with 49.125. Team running score 97.925. The beam, Katie Harper 9.75. Caroline Volk. Adam Arden with a 9.85. Maddie Hall 9.8. Addison Tackett 9.875. Cinia Thomas 9.9. Team Beam up for 9.75. Running score of 147.1. And Flora, Katie Harper with a 9.675. Emerson Fisk 9.775. Meg Eller 9.825. Anna Martin 9.325. Ella Hadrick 9.85. And Cinia Thomas 9.875. Team Flora 49. Final team score of 196.1. Did not have any all-arounders. And UNC, Paige Prejean 9.8. Neve Keen 9.8 as well. Gwen Fink 9.65. Cindy Seabrooks 9.75. Jojo Valahovic with 9.9. And Kaya Forbes 9.85 for Team Volta 49.1. Bar Cindy Seabrooks 9.625. Nevi Keen 9.7. Claire Stippich 9.775. Anna Pearl Stanley 9.075. Paige Prejean 9.85. Gwen Fink 9.925. Team Bars of 48.875. Running score 97.975. Beam Cindy Seabrooks 9.775. Claire Stippich 9.9. Or Stippich, yep, Claire Stippich. Hannah Aoki 9.5. Gwen Fink 9.95. Jessica Naranjo 9.875. And Jojo Valahovic 9.85. Team Beam up for 9.35. Running score 147.325. Floor Jessica Naranjo 9.825. Gwen Fink 9.8. Hannah Aoki 9.7. Kaya Forbes 9.85. Cindy Seabrooks 9.875. Ellie Keene 9.625. Team Floor 49.05. Team final score 96.375. All arounders Gwen Fink with the third 9.325 and Cindy Seabrooks with the third 9.025. So UNC came in first. With the 196.375. NC State came in second with the 196.1. Auburn came in third with the 196.075. Broncos came fourth with the 194.825. Unfortunately, the stat sheet that Auburn uses doesn't go really depth about like the individual like the others do of list all the competitors who did each one individually and their scores and list okay who was the individual champion of like vault, bars, beam, floor. I'm not going to do that because I'll be a lot of time. So all that is really important is that the Broncos and then went 0-3. Again, they did take on pretty good competition. Auburn, NC State, and North Carolina. And like, you know, those all three are really prominent programs. I think maybe 2 or 3 of them at that point were like top 25 or something. As mentioned, Marinero, Christina Shinikova scored 9.9 on beam to lead the Broncos season high 49.25 at the time on the apparatus. North Carolina was 13th in the nation, NC State was 21st, and Auburn was 17th in the nation. The 9.9 for Kristina Shinikova was a career high. She led the team on the bars at 9.8 and made her collegiate debut on the floor, scoring 9.675. Ranga scored a career best 9.9 on beam, 9.85 on vault. The Broncos' highest scorers of the year in both events. Both of them are the first Broncos to score 9.9 in any event this season. Also, the only Boise State gymnasts to compete in at least 3 events this year. This is the first time this season, or the first time the Broncos posted multiple beams scores of 9.9 plus in state meets since 24 Mountain West Championships. Cindy Cole tallied second best match high career high beam with 9.875. Delaney Reeves scored team high 9.8 on floor, 4-time in last 5 minutes posting 9.8. Her total of 4 9.8 plus performances on floor this season ties Blake Pascal for most on the team. Bridget Kim matched season high 9.775 on floor, 3rd-time notching that score this year. Brantley Lucas matched career high on beam 9.7. Sydney Whipple made a collegiate debut, scored 9.375 on the beam. The next week they went to Logan, Utah for a duels meet. It was played in front of 1832 fans on February 20th. For Utah State, they started on the vault with Mai Whitty getting 9.725, Linda Vandertulen 9.8, Annabelle Dewey 9.75, Alina Valdez 9.8, Chelsea Southern 9.65, and Neela Morbido with a 9.625. No, that's a 9.825 for Vault, Team Vault at 48.9. On the bar, Cindy Jellin 9.775, Isabella Vater 9.875, along with Olivia Rango and Avery Bibby, all getting that same score as well. London Vandertulen with the 9.85, and Charlie Laufer with the 9.725. Team Bars up for 9.25, Rennie Score 98.15. Cindy Jellin with the 9.85. Olivia Ringo 9.875, Kaylee Medrano 9.775, Aliana Valdez 9.7, Charlie Laffer 9.65, and Mai Whitty with the 9.85 on the beam. Team beam for 9.05, running score for 7.2. On the floor, Olivia Ringo 9.825, Nella Morbido 9.75, Chelsea Southern 9.85, Annabelle Dewey 9.625 with the 0.1 deduction. Isabella Vater 9.85 along with Mara Gruber as well on the floor for team floor for 9.125 for final score of 196.325. And for the Broncos, Cindy Coe 9.75, Mariah Nero 9.8, Bridget Camp 9.775, Noelle Ball 9.575, Julia Krizwanski 9.65, and Isabella De La Rosa 9.75 on the vault. For team vault at 48.725, Carney Buell with 9.825, Noelle Ball, Marinero 9.7, Melina Werling 9.85, Christina Chinikova 9.825, and Kylie Hamby 9.725 for team bars at 49.05. Running score 97.775. On the beam, Isabella De La Rosa 9.175. Sydney Whipple 9.8. Marinero and Christina Shinikova 9.775. Sydney Code 9.8 and Cindy Leach with an 8.45 for team beam of 48.325. Running score for 6.1. On the floor, Christina Shinikova 9.775. Marinero 9.725. Bridget Kim 9.8. Anna Ferguson 9.675, Delana Reeves 9.725, Blake Pascal 9.825 for team floor 48.85, and team final 94.95. Ranero did all around 39. The only competitor who did the all around. In terms of event results for the vault, Nyla Morbido was the beam champion with 9.95. Or 9.825. Linda Vander Tulin, the Broncos of Utah State, along with Eliana Valdez and Ryan the Broncos, all tied for second 9.8s on the vault. Bridge Kemp, the Broncos, took fifth with 9.775. Annabelle Dewey of the Aggies, along with Cindy Cohen and Isabella De La Rosa of the Broncos, all tied for sixth with 9.75s. On bars, three-way tie for first. For the Aggies, for Isabella Vater, Livia Rango, and Avery Bibby with 9.875s. Time for fourth was the Aggies and Linda Vander Tulin, and the Broncos Melina Werling for fourth with 9.85s. And multi-weight tie for sixth, Noah Ball, Christina Shinikova, Carly Buell, all Broncos, tied for 9.825s. On the beam, the Aggies, Olivia Rango was the individual champion, 9.875. Cindy Gillen and Maya Whitty for Utah State, tied for second, 9.85s. Cindy Coe, Cindy Whipple, tied for fourth for the Broncos with 9.8s. And Marinero, Christina Shinikova of the Broncos, and Kaylee Medrano of Utah State, tied for sixth with 9.775s. On the floor, three-way tie for first, all Aggies, Isabella Vater, Chelsea Sutherland, Mark Gruber on the floor with 9.85s. Olivia Ringo of Utah State and Blake Pascal of the Broncos, tied for fourth with 9.825s. Bridget Kemp came in sixth with a 9.8. Again, the Broncos got a season high on bars in Logan, even though they lost again. So, between the Metroplex and in Logan, they went 0 for 4. The team bar score 49.05 marked a season high. First time Broncos had 4 athletes 9.825 or higher on the apparatus since Mary's Championships March 22nd of last year. Maria Werline posted season best 9.85 on the bars. Noah Ball, Carly Buell, season high 9.825s on the bars. Blake Pascal's 9.825 on the floor marked her team best fifth floor performance to 9.8 or higher this season. Cindy Whipple notched career best 9.8 on beam in her second routine of the year. Bridge Camp tallied season best 9.8 on floor, along with matching season high fall 9.775 fifth time this season, recording that mark. And Marinero, lone all-around competitor, posting 39 to capture his second career title, first Bronco freshman since Courtney McGregor in 2017 to win multiple all-around titles in the season. And on just yesterday, the 1st of March, they played the last conference match with San Jose State. They also took on Arizona State and Sacramento State as well. The match was played in front of 1,285 fans. For San Jose, they start on the vault. On the vault, Demo Valuch got 9.875, Samantha Bagasu 9.775, Eva Johnson 9.825, Kevin Rodriguez 9.9, Sophia Patterson 9.775, Michaela Pitts 9.725 for team vault for 9.15. On the bar, Sophia Patterson 9.8 along with Devlin Valuch, Genesis Pepenito with 9.775, Victoria Kirsch with 9.7. Samantha Makessa with a 7.85. Gaviana Drews at 9.8 for Team Bars at 48.875. Randy score of 98.025. In the beam, Marissa Ashton with 9.675. Samantha Makasu 9.7. Delma Baluch 8.925. Mia Nelson 9.65. Sophia Patterson 9.85. And Genesis Pepinito 9.75 for Team Beam at 48.6. Running score 146.625. On the floor, Marissa Ashton 9.825. Kaviana Juries 9.85. Genesis Pepinito 9.875. Sophie Patterson 9.725. Kaylee Larson 9.9. And Ava Johnson 9.85 for Team Floor for 9.3. Team Final at 195.925. Sophia Patterson competing all around 39.15. With the Broncos, they start on the bars with Carney Buell, get 9.8. Noah Ball 9.775. Marinero 9.8. Malia Forline 9.85. Christina Shinikova 9.775. And Kylie Hamby 8.825 for Team Bars of 49. They compete on the beam. Brand Lucas get 9.725 along with Mariah Nero. Isabella DeRosa 9.7. Cindy Whipple 9.75. Christina Shinikova and Cindy Cope both get 9.825s for Team Beam at 48.85. Running score for 97.85. On the floor, Christina Shinikova 9.825 along with Mariah Nero. Bridget Kim 9.775. Anna Ferguson 9.875. Jelena Reeves 9.85. Blake Pascal 9.9 for Team Floor 49.275. Team running score 147.125. And on the vault, Cindy Coe 9.8. Renner 9.775. Bridget Kim 9.825. Noel Ball 9.85. Julia Krizwanski 9.9. And Isabella DeRosa 9.725. Team Fold for 9.15. Team Final of 196.275. Marinero the all-around got a 39.125 for Arizona State. They start on beam with Reese Rolla with 9.7. North Safia El Manman. Kelly Brownlee with a 9.8. Caroline Lichman 9.55. Kayla Lee 9.825. And Kimberly Smith 9.725 for Team Beam at 48.75. On the floor, Kayla Lee 9.875. Lila Perler 9.825. Hallie Braflat with a 9.85. Holly Grigori 9.9. Delaney Kelly 9.8. And Kimberly Smith 9.025. Team Floor 49.25. Randy score 98 flat. Then they compete in fall with Safia El Maman for 9.825, along with Kimberly Smith. Rob Wilson 9.775. Delaney Kelly 9.8. Lilia Perler 9.4. Holly Gregory with 9.65 for Team Vault at 48.875. Running score 146.875. On the bars, Reese Grola 9.95. Grigor with a 9.775. Isabella Cohen 9.725. Kelly Bromley 9.75. Kimberly Smith 9.875. And Safia El Maman 9.7 for Team B or Team Bars of 49.075. And Team Final of 195.95. Kimberly Smith competed in the all-around, getting a 38.45. Sacramento State starting on the floor. Kayla Copeland 9.675. Emily Countryman 9.775. Lexi Frank 9.85. Athena Jones 9.8. Sarah Luttrell 9.85. Kara Huten 9.9 for Team Floor 49.75. Next on the vault, Lexi Frank 9.05, Rose Wilson 9.775, Sir Luttrell 9.8, Candace Galmont 9.75, Dina Jones 9.575, Kayla Herrera 9.55, Team Vault 48.45, running score 97.625. On the bars, Kayla Herrera 9.75, Chloe Cohen 9.7, Malia James, 9.025. Jillian Lastra, 9.475. Karahuta, 9.65. McKenna Carnesi, 9.8. 14 bars of 48.375. Running score 146. And on the beam, Athena Jones, 9.625. Kayla Copeland, 9.575. Kaylin Dreesen, 9.825. Lexi Frank, 9.675. Celia Troll, 8.425. With Karahuta, 9.05. Team beam at 47.75. Running team final 193.75. Again, the Broncos took first place as a team in this one with 196.275. Arizona State second, 195.95. San Jose third, 195.925. Sac State came last with the 193.75. Just full results. Two-way tie for first with 9.9s from San Jose. Keviana Juries from the Broncos. Julie Kraswanski. Tampalucha of San Jose took third, 9.875. Noah Ball took fourth for the Broncos, 9.85. San Jose's Eva Johnson. Arizona State's Sophia L. Maman and Kimberly Smith. And Bridge Kim, the Broncos, all time for fifth with 9.825s. On the bars, Reese Grola was the individual champion, 9.95. Kimberly Smith from the Sun Devils took second with 9.875. Millie Verlaine, the Broncos, took third, 9.85. Two-way tie for fourth. For San Jose, Sophia Patterson, Dan Valuch, and Keviana Juries. For Broncos, Carly Buell and Mariah Nero. For Sac State, McKenna Carnesi, all time for fourth with 9.8s. On the beam, Sophie Patterson, the Spartans, was the individual champion, 9.85. Four-way tie for second with Christina Shinnikova with the Broncos, along with Sydney Coe, Sun Devils, Kayla Lee, and Kaylin Dressen, Sac State, all time for second with 9.825s. And Callie Bromley of Arizona State taking sixth with a 9.8. On the floor, multi-way tie for first. For San Jose State, Callie Larson. For the Broncos, Blake Pascal. For Arizona State, Holly Grigori and Sac State Houghton, all score 9.9s. Three-way tie for fifth. For San Jose, Genesis Pepinito. For the Broncos, Anna Ferguson. And Arizona State, Kayla Lee, all time for fifth at 9.875s. The all-around, Sophie Patterson was the champion with 39.15. Brian Arrow came second with the 39.125 for the Broncos, and Arizona State's Kimberly Smith came in third with the 38.45. So they swept that Sunday quad behind the season high score. Blake Pascal tied a career high on the floor with a 9.9. Her 14th career floor routine, 9.85 or higher. This is the first of the season. Team best fifth of her career. Julie Kraswanski earned a career high 9.9 in vault, capturing share title. First event win of her career. Anna Ferguson earned a career best 9.875 on the floor. While Ball posted career best 9.85 in vault. Delana Reeves tied career high of 9.85. Miller Airline posted 9.85 bars to match season high and lead the Broncos for a sixth straight competition. Christina Shinnikova tallied career high 9.825 on floor and at 9.825 on beam. Second best score of the year. Cindy Coe registered 9.825 on beam and 9.8 on vault. Second best scores of the year in both. Bridget Kim matched vault career high with 9.825. Carly Buell scored 9.8 bars. Third scored 9.8 plus in last bar meets. Mariah Nero recorded career high 9.8 bars, plus the second highest floor score 9.825. Nero finished with a career high all around at their 9.25. Boise State's best all around score since Home Maciato posted their 9.75 on February 13-21. Braylon Lucas notched career best 9.725 on beam. Boise State's team scored 196.275, its highest since notching 196.775. And home win over Sun Utah, March 14, 2025. Broncos scored 49.275 in floor, best rotation score in any event this year. Team's highest floor score since posting 49.4 on March 14, 2025. Broncos 49.0 bars, squad sixth best score of the year in the apparatus, trailing February 20th mark of 49.05 Utah State. Broncos also not second highest beam score of the year, tallying 48.85. Trails a mark of 49.25 from the Feb 15th Metroplex Challenge. Broncos defeated San Jose State and moved to 42-6-2 all-time against Spartans, including 16-3 marking the road. Berg Broncos 26-3-1. They earned their sixth all-time win against Arizona State. Give me Bird a 5-4 record against Sun Devils. Win over Sacramento State. Marks Boise State's 20th straight victory over the Hornets. All in the Bird. Broncos boast 20-7 advantage in the all-time series. And so right now, the Broncos are 8-10 overall, 2-4 conference play. They've won 3 again yesterday, March 1st at sweep. Makes 3 wins in a row. They're 3-3 at home, 1-4 on the road, 4-3 neutral. Again, they have no more conference games for the remainder of the season. Up next, on Saturday, they play at California, 5 p.m. Mountain on the ACC Network Extra. Then on Friday, March 13th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, they'll host on the Utah Extra Mile Arena. And on Sunday 15th, 3 p.m., they'll play at Stanford before hosting the Mountain West Championships on March 21st, Saturday,